What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those just tuning in for the first time, my name's Matt, and in this portfolio, all we do is invest $20 a week. So today, we're going to look at where we stand. What is up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. So let's hop in to look where our portfolio stands as of today. Again, if you're just following for the first time, we invest $20 a week and we just try and run it up. So let's see some of our stocks and how they're progressing so far. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some of our stocks and see how we're doing. The bell just rang about 7 minutes ago. Today is Friday, looks like September 4th. Yesterday, we got punched in the gut a little bit. The stocks just tanked. The entire market went down a little bit. The tech sector got mollywopped, more or less. And I know Apple got hit pretty good. I know Tesla got hit pretty good. I didn't look at any of the other stocks outside of my holdings. So let's go ahead and look through here. First off, we have Gladstone Investment. It is roughly just over 9% of our portfolio. We have just over 12 shares. We're down just over 9% or $11. We had just received a dividend from them of 84 cents and we reinvested it, and that's where you see that 0.089 whatever. Next up is Home Depot. So I picked these guys up not too long ago, and I've been adding to them consistently here, and I have a dividend pending for them this month for 18 cents. So I'm down a little bit with them. I'm down 4%. I only have about 15% of one share, and it's just over 3.5% of our portfolio. But I'm looking to add more to Home Depot. Pembina Pipeline, it's sitting at 24.86. We are down 0.5%. I know we're going to have a dividend coming at some point, probably the middle of the month. So we got paid last month 8 cents. I think we're projected to get about 24 or 25 cents for this month, just because we've been consistently adding to them. Stag Industrial, we're sitting at 32.65. We have just over one share, 1.2600601. And that is just over 3% as well. And we're down just under 1. And we have a dividend pending for them for about 14 cents. AT&T, I have not added to them since I originally just put $10 with them. And then I took the dividend and reinvested it. So I'm down like 24 cents. So I own 1/3 of one share. And when they come around, I think next month is when their ex-dividend date is. I'll be adding more to them for sure. SLG Realty, we are sitting at 48.77. We have just under one share with them. It is about 3.67% of our portfolio, and we're up, looks like 67 cents right now. This pays a pretty good dividend, and I think, let me see here. Let's look in our history here. So mid-August, we got about 19 cents, and since then we've added $4 more to the holding. So we'll see where we're at with them. LTC Properties, 37.85. We are up 82 cents or just under 2%. We own just over one share with them, and this is about 3.5% of our portfolio. Solar Senior Capital, it's sitting at 13.35. It is just over 3% as well. Total returns, just under 7%. We own just over 3 shares. So what I've been doing, if you haven't kind of caught on here, is any of the dividends that we're getting paid, we're reinvesting back into them. And it'd be one thing if I was getting, $5, $10, $15 from each company to try and average down, but I'm not. I mean, we're talking pennies. I'm getting 15 to 50 cents. So it's not going to move the needle that much when we reinvest it. I think once we cross the dollar mark for each company, then we can turn off the drip and then kind of pick and choose our battles on when we want to reinvest it. A Realty Income. If you are a dividend investor and you do not have this company in your portfolio, I don't know what to tell you, because this is the best option out there. We have a dividend pending for 14 cents, middle of September. It's at 64.72. We are at 0.57 shares, and we got a nice little average cost of 59.42. So we're up just under 9%. I do want to add more to this as time goes on. Obviously, we want to get just consistently adding to this position as well. Broadmark Realty Capital, I picked them up a while ago, and I just held on to the 4 shares, and then last month when I got the dividend from them, I reinvested it, so that's why it sits at 4.02 shares, and it's just over 3% as well, and we're up just under 13% with them. BlackRock Science and Technology, so this is a trust here. It's just a combination of tech companies kind of put together. It's over 4% of our portfolio. We got the dividend last month and we reinvested it, so that's why the fractional shares are there as well. It was like 20 cents because it's 10 cents per dividend. So we're sitting good with them too at just over 11%. Horizon Technology Finance, we are at just over 3 shares of an average cost of $9.72. You can see it's at $12.06 today, and we are up almost 25%. So this is good. This was a company that again, we just turned the drip on for them. We're going to get 30 cents here middle of September, and we're just going to keep dripping it right back into it. EPR Properties, I've kind of been deciding on whether or not I should sell them, and I think it was last week. I wanted to sell them around the $31 mark, but then I just got sidetracked, and then they took off and went all the way up to like $34, and I was like, you know what, I might as well just hold on to them. So I'm up almost 40% with them, so just under $10. We have 1 share. Hopefully one day they can get back to distributing their dividends again, because they paid like 38 cents. Yeah, 38 cents you can see right here from May. That would be nice to get back as well. Next, we're going to have Apple, and again, Apple got completely hit yesterday. You can see from 2 days ago, it was kind of at its all-time high mark there at 134, and then yesterday when the bell opened up, it was at 128 and just tanked. So looks like today it's down a little bit as well. We're sitting at just over 4.128174 shares, and Apple is 40% of our portfolio, and we are up almost 9%, just over 8%, somewhere in there. So I mean, we're going to keep adding to Apple. I think for every $5 or $10 we add to Apple, we kind of spread out the wealth everywhere else too, because I want Apple to be a huge portion of my portfolio, just to kind of hold down the tech side of my portfolio. And then last but not least is Carnival Cruise Line. So if you followed any of my videos previously, again, I only have like 10 videos out right now, but when I first started this whole journey, I had Carnival Cruise as a huge portion. It was like 80% of my portfolio, and the swings each and every day were just incredible. I mean, I picked them up April 3rd, so I got them at like $8.10 for an average. You can see it got all the way up to almost $25. It goes down, it goes up. So the swings each and every day were just huge. So I actually got rid of half of the Carnival Cruise shares, which led me to purchase Apple. And then I got rid of half of those to put money into Home Depot and other portions of my portfolio. So right now, as it sits, I only have 8 shares of Carnival Cruise compared to the 46 I did have at one point or another. We're still up over 100% with them. I think, there's talks of a vaccine at some point. Hopefully we can get there, and the Carnival and even the travel industry as a whole can rebound and just kind of go from there. But and maybe one day they'll get back to paying their dividends of 50 cents every quarter. I don't see that happening anytime soon, but I liked to lower my position, so the portfolio diversity is only just under 12% as opposed to the 80 that I had before. So that's kind of my portfolio as it sits right now. You can see for the day we're up a couple of bucks. For the week we're down 2%. For the month we're up almost 7% or 6.5%. Over the last 3 months we're down 20%, and again, a lot of that is from when we had Carnival Cruise Line and it shot up to $25, so I don't even worry about that. And then over the last year, we're up almost 45%, and all time it's going to be the same thing because we started in April. Let me hop over to my Google Sheets here. I got online and I watched I forgot who the guy was, but I watched him use Google Sheets to implement the real-time tracker for stocks. So I put all my holdings in here, and I even have my cash position as well, and that sits at $109, and that's 8%. So my goal is to have around 35-40% of Apple, and then take everything else and get it to a minimum of 3%. So then that way we can just be well diversified, and if the market tanks again, or if it crashes again, we'll be all right. And I don't get upset over the highs and lows. With Carnival Cruise, again, it was just frustrating to see plus or minus $100 each and every day, especially in a portfolio that's as small as mine. So again, this is my Google Sheets, so you can see all the prices, all the shares, all my average costs, and it'll even tell us the gain or losses, the percent, the total, the portfolio percentage, the number of dividends. So as it sits right now, we're looking at an average of $3.34 a month, which comes out to just over $40 a year. So our yield is about 4.38% of that average, and our total cost, you can see, $1187.83. Now that is not 100% true, because we sold the majority of our Carnival Cruise position to then reinvest into Apple, Home Depot, and other areas of our portfolio. So really, if you looked at this, it would look like we're up like $200, but it's not true. We're actually up, close to $400 from our original investment. So that's going to do it for today, guys. If you liked what you saw, hit the like button, smash it. Let me know down in the comments what you liked, what you didn't like, all that good stuff. I appreciate you again taking the time to watch the video. If you've made it this far, feel free to click on any of my other videos to go over any other positions that I have, or what I had previously. So happy weekend to you. Happy Friday to you. Let's all get out there, snag up some deals today, and everybody take care. Thanks.